Alright, so I kind of debated making this video as at the time I didn't know what was real, what was leaks, all this and that. However, now that Scott has officially come out and said that this is real and that we don't need to be quiet about it, I am here to react to the whole Into the Pit stuff that happened yesterday. Now I know I'm a little bit late to this, deal with it, but I can't really record at nights or sort of in the evening due to my living situation, which is kind of unfortunate. I actually had a video that was going to come out today. It was scheduled for today, but now I'm doing this instead, and it's going to come out tomorrow. It was the second episode of Lakes Funland, so looking forward to that. It'll be tomorrow now. I've never really done something like this before, but I thought it would be kind of fitting to do sort of reaction to the stuff that's going on. If you didn't know, basically a story kind of broke yesterday on FNAF Twitter, specifically that there was going to be a Into the Pit game. Now, at first, I thought this was the interactive novel, which I ended up saying in my video that's coming out tomorrow, but it's actually a full-blown game according to this whole Scholastic sort of... It's like some sort of media thing that they do to talk about their products, such as you can see Help Wanted 2, you can see Ruin, the free DLC for Security Breach, and then the Into the Pit game coming soon. And as I'll put on the screen now, Scott did in fact come out and say that, hey, this is real, no need to be hush-hush, and that this is actually the 10th anniversary game, which is pretty baller because, you know, I was kind of hoping we wouldn't get nothing, and we're getting something, so that's pretty cool. But we have a trailer, apparently, that technically leaked. It's kind of hard to say because this was on their website, and I'll talk about whose website soon. So they did technically leak it themselves. So let me get my headphones on here, and we'll react to this. It is a Twitter video, though, so it might look like doo-doo garbage. Well, the art style. Wonka. He's ripped, bro. You see that back? Oh, what was this kid's name? Oswald? I think is his name. It's either Oswald or Oscar. Oh, there's the ball pit. Oh, dude, the style? Oh, God. Holy sh... Dude, the style of this is crazy. Wait. It's the Golden Freddy suit. Bro. He's got like organic parts to him. Whoa. Okay. That's honestly not even what I expected. What? Interesting, dude. Okay, I guess I'll leave it playing in the background to save myself some time in editing. Just have it play in the background. That's so interesting, though. I didn't expect that art style, and for it to be a sort of Into the Pit game, too, specifically, is very, very interesting, because that story, if you don't know, Into the Pit is a Fazbear Fright story. It's actually the very first Fazbear Fright story, and it was kind of important for a few different reasons. Number one, it kind of really pushed the idea of agony, and then, like, number two, you had the whole debate about the whole 6 kids, because in the Missing Children incident and Into the Pit, there's 6 kids instead of 5. I always interpret that as it was Charlie was the 6th kid, and I'm not saying that Charlie was a part of the Missing Children's incident, just that that was like the core 6 victims of William, but that's besides the point. So it's like this point-and-click 2D... I don't even know if it's point-and-click, actually. We don't really see much gameplay there, but we know that it's obviously a 2D video game, and the art style looks so crisp, and the animation looks really, really, really good. This is the opportunity to be one of the most unique FNAF games, period. But the Golden Freddy suit is very interesting because that is, to my memory, that was not in the original story. But I mean, it makes sense if this is like you know, because if you don't know sort of the plot of Into the Pit, I haven't read the book in a little bit, and I probably won't reread it just so I can have like a fresh kind of mind going into it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I'm not sure. Basically, this kid, Oswald, goes into a ball pit and seemingly travels through time, except he doesn't actually. This was a whole controversy because people thought it was a legitimate time-traveling ball pit, but it's not. It is a memory, basically. It's agony. Agony of the day of the Missing Children incident. Something so terrible created this sort of memory, and it's a very haunted ball pit. And so going into the ball pit, you sort of travel into a memory. None of it's really real, except the Spring Bonnie entity isn't William. It's sort of this entity that's created by agony, and it sort of manifests as this Spring Bonnie. That's why he has sort of organic elements to him in the trailer. And I think even in the book and the graphic novel adaptation, that he's a bit organic. This would be actually, ironically, the second adaptation, actually, of Into the Pit, because there was the graphic novel as well. I'm pretty excited for this, honestly, because like I said, visually, it is super interesting. It has the opportunity to be the most unique FNAF fan game, and to be completely transparent, it is being developed by Mega Cat Studios. I personally don't think I've ever heard of these guys before, and let's see how many, if they list how many games they've done. Yeah, so they've done tons of games, as you can see here. A lot of them seem to be in that same sort of kind of similar style, not like the same pixelization, but like 2D-ish. Yeah, as you can see, they've made a lot of games, including some licensed ones here with Power Rangers. They're seasoned. I would say, technically speaking, they're a little bit more seasoned than Steel Wool. It's no dish towards Steel Wool or beef or anything like that, and I think it's also important to note that this is not the Click Team game. This is not whatever the fuck Click Team has been cooking in the background. Whatever it is they're doing is unrelated to this, and I thought that was the 10th anniversary game. No. Whatever this is the 10th anniversary game, which is crazy. One of the interesting parts about this was people debating whether this was real or not, because you had the initial leak which talked about how there was going to be an Into the Pit game. People were trying to figure out, well, you know, it doesn't have to be it could be a tagline, it could be a code name. I don't know why it would have been. I think that was a little bit of copium. But then this image leaked, which was sort of like, I guess people leaked it through Steam or something like that. And people didn't believe that this was real either, because they thought it was AI generated, because the Spring Bonnie looks a certain way, and some of the balls apparently are like misshapen, and so people were like, oh, this is clearly AI. And then it came out that it wasn't AI, and people started apologizing, which was kind of goofy. And for the record, I'm getting the majority of this information from this thread from Habit Toven. They compiled a lot of the stuff that's going on. Like, they're the one that did the trailer. I did see this beforehand, which is why I decided to make this video in the morning. I woke up hella early to record this so I can get it out by my usual upload time. Yeah, I want to take a look at the background. So there's like a FNAF 1 Bonnie. Because that's the interesting part, is we know it's a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and you would assume it was the first one, the one that the MCI took place at. So it's not Fredbear's, it would be the location before FNAF 2, right? Which a lot of us think is the FNAF 1 building, but isn't obviously FNAF 1. So here we have what looks like FNAF 1 Freddy dressed up. Is he like a cheerleader? I don't know what's going on there, but then we have obviously Toy Bonnie, the Paper Pals, and then here's interesting. This looks like Spring Bonnie to me, and then another Bonnie perhaps. That's FNAF 1 Freddy, which it really should be Withered Freddy, but I'm not going to complain too much, to be honest. I don't know the canonicity of all of this right now. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, dude. Oh, dude, that's the thumbnail, dude. That's sick, dude. This game is gonna be so fucking cool. Look at his reaction. He said, oh my god, Dad. Is that Circus Baby? Wait. Oh, hold on. If there's a Circus Baby poster at a location before FNAF 2, I'm just saying. I've always been a believer that Sister Location's gameplay takes place before FNAF 2 and after FNAF 4, but you know, some people call me crazy for that. Some people think it's after FNAF 1, but I'm just saying, kind of looks like Circus Baby's here. Granted, though, this is like FNAF 1. Well, I mean, it's pixelated. We kind of can't tell if that's supposed to be Withered Freddy, Unwithered, or FNAF 1 Freddy. So, you know what? I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna roll with it. Circus Baby's before FNAF 2 now. Get shit on. This is so interesting. This is clearly like a back room of some kind, and he finds the golden Freddy suit. And I'm curious if this is going to have any lore relevance, because there was I can't remember what story it was. There was another Fazbear Fright story pretty much about the golden Freddy suit and how it is super haunted. Like, it is like uber haunted. This thing is crazy. And obviously, specifically in the games, we at least know like how haunted Cassidy is, right? Like, Golden Freddy literally materializes, right? And has the ability to crash the game, etc. and hold you in purgatory and create Ultimate Custom Night. Like, yeah, I'm curious if this will ever do anything, or if it's just a suit right now. I'm curious about that. This will spark a lot of controversy about the canonicity of Fazbear Frights, and I will say what I've always said, something that Scott said a long time ago. Everything is canon. Everything is canon. What does that mean? Well, we have 3 different continuities, but in my opinion, everything you learn in every continuity is canon to each other, except when they contradict each other directly. So everything we learned about Agony and Remnant is more than likely from Fazbear Frights canon to the games. Everything we learned about Henry Emily, apart from the fact that he game ended himself, is probably canon to the games, because nothing says that it isn't. So in my opinion, everything is canon that you learn in other continuities until it contradicts itself. For example, the movie as well. The movie is obviously its own continuity, but I think something that we learned from that movie that's canon is that the crying child's name is Garrett. Cry about it. I could go on a whole thing about that. I actually wanted to make a video about the book canonicity thing, but then this happened. So I think it's pretty, I'm just saying. Anyway, before someone burns me at the stake for saying that, bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. I'll see you tomorrow in Lakes Funland, episode 2.